So some of you with an LS430 maybe put your suspension controller in this nice little slot over here and probably had to lose your cigarette lighter. So that means one less charge port for your devices. I use mine for my dash cam and my phone, and I've been using the one in the center console for a while now. However, I would like to have this one back because it was nice to have, and who doesn't want extras, and I could leave that port open. So I'm going to take the old cigarette lighter, plug it in under there, and then just plug this guy in and route my wires out. And I will be wrapping it in electrical tape because obviously exposed ports is never a good thing. So yeah, make sure you do that. If you have Tessa tape, I would highly recommend it. I don't have some on me, but I will be doing it later. So you may be wondering how you're actually going to get underneath this thing, and it's super easy on these cars. So I used a interior trim piece puller, and all you're going to do is you don't even need a screwdriver to do this. It's so easy. So I take my interior trim puller, I like to stick it in over here, kind of get it back, and then twist like a screwdriver almost. Push that guy back in, and then on this side, sometimes you can, sometimes you need to, sometimes you don't. It kind of depends. I'll kind of sneak it in on this side a little bit further down and invite it in. There you go. Now it's pretty much out. It's hard to do with one hand, but just clips and they're really easy. So I'm going to give it ignition and it's gonna beep. So sorry about that. Park sensor's beeping now. All right. So you just have the one clip on the back. So on the back of the switch panel, you have one plug. All you have to do is push down very small tab here and pull out. It's very hard to do it with one hand, so let me see if I can set up the camera and do it. Can maybe push it in a little bit and then push it again, kind of jiggle it out. It comes out super easy. This guy, make sure you set aside in a safe space. You don't want to ruin it. And then I'm going to put that guy back in park, and this guy here needs to come out. Now this looks kind of difficult. I've taken it out a few times, so by now it's gotten kind of used to it, but I will look for a spot that's kind of bigger with my fingernail and feel where could I get the tool in the best. Kind of feel around with the tool, and the same thing, put it in, kind of twist it, look for where it gives. It gave on the back this time. Other times I started up front. Usually I like to work around the entire piece. This way, I mitigate having to pull on it and put uneven stress on it. At least too much uneven stress. So now, your piece, your bezel, is off. Make sure to set that in a safe space as well. So next part is going to be removing this piece, which this piece comes out extremely easy too. I took it out the first time and I was nervous, so don't be too nervous about it, but proceed with caution. So there's clips right here, there's clips under here and under here. Now they are just popped in, so all you have to do is give it a good kind of grab. So that one came out pretty easy. That one came out. And the ones in the back, I like to hook my fingers kind of under the sides. Try and kind of shimmy it. Oh, that one let go. And then that one did too. And there we go. Now your piece is out. It's as easy as that. Now at this very moment, I have the wires for the light bar switch and the suspension controller over here. But in your case, you would just have the cigarette lighter over here, and it's just one plug that plugs in. Top part of the clip is facing up, so I don't even have to reach around too hard to get it. You just got to push on that tab up here and it slides out. So that's what we're going to be utilizing though. Alrighty then, so I zip tied the wires for the suspension controller. The light bar switch wire just runs over here, no big deal. So now I would take this guy and wrap it up in some electrical tape. Make sure it's kind of nice and safe. If you want, you can actually undo the light in here. You're not going to need it at all. So to do that, it's a simple twist. And it should just kind of slide out. And then you can pull out the light. And then you can pull out the light with your fingers. Just a simple kind of boop, and it comes out. So now that I removed the light, because I'm obviously not going to need it, it's not going to be necessary. I'd rather not have it in there at all. I'm going to wrap this guy up in some electrical tape and come up to about here where the shroud starts for the wires. Just like that, your piece is now wrapped up in electrical tape. I'm going to actually cover the top up here too. I don't think it's fully necessary to have to cover up the brim here. However, if you'd like, you could technically line it. I mean, you're going to take your piece, whatever you're going to use, put it in there. I mean, if you wanted, I guess you could really tape it up. I'm probably going to do that for my own personal use. Okay, so new spot. This is version 3 now. I don't know if I'll show the other two. I probably will. So I really wanted to put it over here, but I cannot. So I tried to remount it, still couldn't. So now I decided to push it up here. You can kind of see it. Decided to push it up here where it will be pretty much out of the way. And then I just have to kind of reroute the cables a little bit, reorganize them-ish. And yeah, that'll be the new spot. So now I'm going to try and put it back together and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so my interior is now back together. This still closes, switch is still here, on off. This is back in. I actually have to push the harness for this kind of in a funny spot, but it still works. Just make sure it still comes on with your lights. I noticed mine has a bit of a funny issue that it won't come on with the lights all the time, and sometimes this one here won't, and I think it's just a wire issue. But hopefully it's not on yours. But anyways, that's how you would do it. Now I have my wire over here, and I have my port available over here. Well, if you found this video helpful, and I guess I did my job. Thank you.